Welcome to the English Matura with JB podcast. Music can literally save your life, and I mean that quite literally. Today, we're exploring an incredible story of how a renowned neurologist survived death on a mountain through the power of melody and memory.
That's fascinating. And you're talking about Oliver Sacks, the prominent British neurologist, right? The way he transformed from doctor to patient in an instant on that Norwegian mountain?
Exactly right. Here's this brilliant scientist climbing alone in Norway when he encounters what he describes as a massive bull that seems to transform into something almost demonic right before his eyes.
Well, that must have been terrifying. What happened next?
So he panics, completely understandably, and starts running down this treacherous mountain path. And in his panic, he has this devastating fall that leaves him with a catastrophically injured leg. We're talking about a complete rupture of the quadriceps tendon. The quadriceps tendon is a strong, fibrous band of tissue that connects the quadriceps muscles at the front of the thigh to the patella, the kneecap. It plays a crucial role in extending the knee and supporting leg movement, such as walking, running, and jumping.
What's remarkable to me about that moment? How he immediately switched into doctor mode, clinically assessing his own injury like he was teaching a medical class.
Right. But that clinical detachment didn't last long. He quickly realized he was completely alone, miles from help, and if he didn't get down the mountain before nightfall, he would likely freeze to death.
That's when things get really interesting. Because it wasn't his medical knowledge that saved him, was it?
Not at all. What saved him was this incredible combination of literature, memory, and most importantly, music. He started moving to the rhythm of the Volga Boatmen's song, creating what he called this muscle orchestra.
Hmm. That reminds me of some research about how rhythm and music can help coordinate movement in patients with neurological conditions. It's like his scientific understanding and artistic experience came together in this moment of crisis.
Exactly. And you know what's fascinating? He later wrote extensively about the neurology of music in his book, Musicophilia. But this experience gave him a deeply personal understanding of how music can literally move us.
Well, that makes me think about how he had to completely reinvent how to move. Didn't he develop some unique way of getting down the mountain?
Oh, yes, what he called his gluteal and tripedal method, basically sliding down on his backside, using his arms and good leg to steer. And get this, he says it came to him naturally, as if his nervous system had been preparing for this moment his whole life.
That's such a powerful insight into how our bodies have these hidden emergency protocols we don't even know about until we desperately need them.
And it wasn't just physical survival strategies. His mind started pulling up these incredibly relevant literary references, like that Tolstoy story about surviving hypothermia, or verses from Ecclesiastes that seemed perfectly suited to his situation.
So, what you're saying is that everything we read, every piece of music we hear, it's all potentially part of some survival toolkit we're building without even knowing it?
Precisely. And here's where it gets even more interesting. When he finally made it to the hospital, what caused him the most distress wasn't the pain or the uncertainty about his recovery. It was the complete absence of music.
That's right. Until someone brought him that Mendelssohn violin concerto, which had this almost miraculous effect on his recovery.
You know, he described how, from the very first bars of that concerto, he felt this profound sense that life would return to his leg. He said it was like the music revealed that life itself was music, or consubstantial with music.
Well, that really connects to his later work on music therapy and neurological conditions, doesn't it? Like he gained this deep personal understanding of music's healing power.
Absolutely. And it fundamentally changed how he approached his patients. He gained this profound empathy for what he called the mute plea of all living things facing death or disability.
That's what made Sachs such a unique figure in medicine. This ability to combine rigorous scientific observation with deep human understanding and artistic sensitivity.
And you know what's particularly striking? How he used this experience to challenge our assumptions about consciousness and survival. It wasn't just about physical strength or medical knowledge. It was about drawing on every aspect of human experience.
That really makes you think about how we prepare ourselves for a crisis, doesn't it? Maybe reading poetry or listening to music isn't just enriching our lives, it's actually building this invisible safety net.
Exactly. And there's something beautiful about that idea that everything that makes us human, our love of art, our memory, our ability to find meaning in suffering, it all comes together when we need it most.
And in the end, that's what saved him. Not just his medical knowledge or physical strength, but this incredible synthesis of science and art, body and mind.
You know, in many ways, this story encapsulates what made Sachs such a remarkable figure in medicine. He showed us that healing isn't just about treating symptoms, it's about understanding the full scope of human experience.
That's such a powerful legacy, and a reminder that sometimes our greatest insights come from our moments of greatest vulnerability.
And perhaps that's the most important lesson here, that survival, healing, and growth all require us to draw on everything that makes us human. It's not just about staying alive, it's about maintaining our humanity even in our darkest moments. Thank you for listening. Take care and goodbye.